Hello. First, I should say or tell you that this video is not going to make much sense, if any, to those of you who do not know anything about non-duality or have not watched the videos, the many videos online of interviews with teachers of non-duality and their teaching videos. So this is for an audience of those of you who are trying to wake up, which is the terminology that current-day contemporary non-duality teachers or teachers of non-duality use when talking about what was formerly called, in former times, enlightenment. The current terminology is being awake. And actually, the word Buddha means the awakened one. And when Buddha got enlightened, he didn't say, I am enlightened. He said, I am awake. Thus have I read. So, how do you know you are awake? Are you awake? Ask yourself, am I awake? Am I dreaming? 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 Is this one or two? Well, if you look at the two fingers, maybe this way is easier. If you look at the two fingers, this is two. But if you look at the down here, it's one. So is it two or is it one? And if you squeeze them together, then you get a different sound in your voice. And is that two voices, two different voices, signifying two different people? Or are the two voices coming from one person? So that's another way you can find out whether you are asleep or awake. And another observation is, if your eyes are closed, you might be asleep. And when your eyes are closed, if you are asleep, you're probably not talking like this, but you might be. Some people talk in their sleep. I could be talking in my sleep right now. But normally, when people are awake, their eyes are open. So to wake up, simply open your eyes. Because, as Curly said to Mo, I can't see, and Mo said, open your eyes. So that's one way to wake up. And the reason I'm talking about this observation is that many of the non-duality teachers simply say, you are already awake, stop searching, there's nothing to search for, and they don't give methods for waking up or for realizing that you are already awake. So I'm going to give you some methods for waking up and, or, and, or, and, or, realizing that you're already awake. So, that's one or two already. Now, if you have a pillow and your head is on the pillow, let's do it this way for this purpose here, for the video. Normally the pillow is probably the other way. If your head is on the pillow, and more importantly, well, if your eyes are closed, more importantly, if you're snoring, you might be asleep. And one way to wake up is to set an alarm clock. Hopefully not that type of alarm clock. Personally, I wake to a CD with a CD alarm clock of the sound of soft chimes and bells, bowl bells. And so, if you find yourself with a pillow behind your head and your eyes are closed and you're snoring, then you might be asleep. So to wake up, set an alarm clock. And when the alarm rings, or whatever mode you use, buzzes, or, usually one or the other, then you will most likely wake up unless you are a very, very deep sleeper. Then you might find it hard to wake up, more difficult. Also, if you are wearing pajamas, if you notice that you are wearing pajamas, or pajamas, if you're from a different part of the country, you could be lounging around the house, or you could also be asleep. So one way to wake up, if you notice, oh, hey, I'm wearing pajamas, I might be asleep. One way to wake up is take off the pajamas. Now, if you don't like to see yourself naked in the mirror, then I suggest you wear clothes under the pajamas. 3 more ways to wake up. These are tools from physical reality that may be helpful to you in waking up. So, if you notice that your hair is all messed up, like you've been sleeping on it, then you may have been asleep. You may be asleep. You might be sleeping, or maybe just on the verge of awakening. If that's the case, one of the tools that I use from the physical manifestation realm is a simple hairbrush, because brushing your hair, first is 2 things. One is the sensation of the brush on the scalp. Ow! Awakens one, tends to help in the awakening. And also just looking more presentable can help you to feel more awake. Now, however, you don't want to look like Christopher Walken. Not a good way to wake up. Okay, more cow. Yet another method for awakening. Again, an aid from the physical world that I use in the morning is an electric toothbrush. Because when you're brushing your teeth, your eyes might be closed, but it's hard to be asleep when your electric toothbrush is brushing your teeth, you see. So that can help you to wake up. Also helps to keep your teeth clean. You know what they say, clean teeth, clean mind. And finally, another gadget that I find helps me to wake up in the morning is a nose hair trimmer. Just the sound of it really is helpful, just like the sound of an electric razor. Now, most women are probably not going to be using an electric razor on their face in America, although I understand in Europe, no, how did that go? They're not going to be using an electric razor on their face, probably on their underarms, except not in other parts of the world, as I understand. Women let their hair grow long on their underarms and legs, and well, that's another story. So, the nose hair, you can hear the sound of it. Yes, so now I've got hair all over my pants. Okay, so now we've seen several ways to wake up and to realize that you're already awake, and to learn that what appears to be 2 from one perspective is actually 1 from another perspective. So, those are the tips for today for waking up. Until next time.